Dear students, we are going to discuss chapter number 2 of civics, and the name of this chapter is Understanding Secularism. Now, before starting this chapter, I would like to remind you the last chapter in which we discussed about the fundamental rights. When we were discussing the fundamental rights, we discussed the rights of the minority, and at the same time we discussed that the rights of minority must be protected by the state, whether they are, and particularly in terms of religious minority. So basically the word secularism is going to denote the religious community. It refers to separation of a state from the religious matter, or separation of government from the religious matter. Because if the government will favor any particular religion, it will not be able to perform in a neutral way or in an impartial way. So it is very important for the government or the state to perform their activities or function without any discrimination. So that is why the concept of secularism was introduced in India. Initially we will discuss the broad concept of secularism, and thereafter we will confine ourselves to the Indian secularism. Now, here it is written, the very first point it is written, it refers to separation of religion from the state. So what is secularism? It refers to separation of religion from the state. State means government. It means the government and religion must not come together, must not mix together. Otherwise, the government may favor any particular religion, and this will create resentment among other religious community. So that is why it is very important to understand the concept of secularism. Now, one question may arise, then why is it very important? Why is it very important to go with the concept of secularism? Now I am going to discuss one example that is mentioned in your book. It is written that suppose you are living in America and Christians are there in majority in America, and you belong to Hindu or Muslim community. You belong to India and you belong to Muslim or Hindu community and residing there. And if you are going to work there, you will find the Christians are discriminating against you. Why? Because you belong to other religious community. So what would be the result? What would be your reaction? You will feel tensed, you will feel irritated, and after that you will start some type of revolt or revolution there. No? So this will create a very dangerous situation in which the religious minority group are not going to get their rights, and only majority group are going to impose their will on the minority group. So this will create a more tense situation. So in order to avoid this tense situation, what is required? The first requirement is that the government must act in an impartial way, and it must not allow any particular majority religious group to dominate the religious minority group. So this is how with the help of secularism we can stop such type of activities that are going to disturb the harmony of a particular country. Now, again I am going to discuss the second topic, why is it important? Now, in order to understand this, I would like to quote one example, that suppose different religious groups are present in a country, then it may happen that in the upcoming election or in the election, one group will definitely come to form the government, and once it will get the chance to form the government, it will come as a majority group. And once that majority group will come in the government, it will start dominating the group who is in minority in the country. So this is why it is a very dangerous trend. That is why it is written that the state should be separated from religion. Because in that case, what will happen? A particular government will come in the power, and if he belongs to particular religious community, he will disturb the other religious community of that country. So that is why it is very important to understand this concept, that secularism is nothing but the antidote of, you have to understand this also, secularism is nothing but the antidote of communalism. So communalism means what? It is a belief which comes in one's mind when one is thinking my religion is superior to others. So this type of belief will create more disturbance in the society. So in order to cut this belief, antidote is secularism. And what the secularism demands? That the state must be separated from the religion. State must not interfere in the religion. And for that, two concepts has been given in your book. First is the distancing concept, that state must maintain distance from each and every religion. It should remain neutral. And second is the non-interference policy of the state. It means the state must not interfere in the internal affairs of any particular religious community. So these are the two important aspects of secularism. So up to this we discussed that what is secularism. So I am going to define again that it refers to separation of religion from the state, or it is a concept that is going to help any country to govern in a very peaceful manner. And how they will govern, how the government will govern, if the state will not interfere in the religious matter. That is the concept of secularism. Now, again I would like to add one more point, that suppose we are talking about a particular religious community, then what will happen in that case? Suppose a particular Hindu community is going to form the government. So that particular community will never wipe out the demerit that lies in the Hindu community. Similarly, if any particular Muslim community will form the government, in that case, he will never wipe out the problem that lies in the Muslim community. Similarly, if the Christian community will come in the power, he will form the state, then he will also not wipe out the problem or solve the problem or completely erase the problem that may arise in that particular Christian community. So my point is that in order to maintain the neutrality, the state is required to remain impartial. The state is required to maintain distance from the religious communities. And that is the very concept through which the word secularism came into existence. So I think it is clear that secularism is all about separation of religion from the state. It's all about distancing itself from the religious community, or it is about non-interference in the matter of religious community by the state. So this is all about your concept of secularism, and after that we discuss why is it very important. It is very important to maintain peace, particularly in a multi-religious country. It is very important to maintain discipline in a multi-religious country. It is very important to give equal rights to the majority as well as minority in a country. So, we'll have to understand the concept of secularism. Now, in the next video, we'll discuss about the Indian secularism. So far, we discussed the broad concept of secularism. In the next video, we'll discuss the Indian secularism. Thank you.